Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. It's National Hot Dog Day, so I'm doing a hot dog review. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be, boom, my O'Killy Dokley shirt with some crumbs. What is O'Killy Dokley, though? I hear you cry. Well, apparently, if you don't know, you haven't been on the internet in like the last, I don't know, 7 years or something like that. I'm just throwing a number out there. Because, yeah, once the internet got a hold of this, it was a thing for a while. But O'Killy Dokley, they are a Ned Flanders-themed metal band. Or more likely were. They're kind of on indefinite hiatus. But basically what that amounted to was there were about I think it was five guys. Basically kind of looked like Ned Flanders, who went over there, decided to go over there and start up a metal band, dress up like the character from The Simpsons, and basically just base a bunch of songs and stuff around like quotes and things from the show. And the internet just ran with it, man. Like, it was a whole thing. They ended up actually having a pretty nice little run for themselves. I know there were like some stuff, and kind of ended up only being one original member left at one point. But, I was really fortunate. I got to see them perform live a few times. They were a fucking hoot. I absolutely loved them. So much so, I actually got videos of said performances that are on this channel, just in case maybe you want to check out what they're about and all that good stuff. Nothing else, I'd be happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're really fun. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? National Hot Dog Day, eh? Well, yes, indeed, folks. It is, in fact, National Hot Dog Day at the time I'm doing this, and I'm going to upload this video later. I just went out to a Chicagoland staple called Gene and Jude's. I reviewed one of theirs, so if you want to check that out, you can go over there, and that's also on this channel. But I went over there. I wanted to hit up like a more local spot, and try something new. So, boom, I got a hot dog from a place called Lou and Ton's Weiners. Because, Wieners, yeah. If you were expecting more from me, you shouldn't have. But yes, this is a local spot in Addison, Illinois. And by the way, this being a local spot, it's going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist for just local establishments. And yeah, it's like, just kind of around, and I was looking up hot dog spots, and I was like, okay, man, I'm down with it. So I got their 2 hot dog special, so I actually got another hot dog. And actually, to their credit, 2 hot dogs, fries, and a drink, just under $10. That ain't bad. So, and they have everything on it, which, boy oh boy. So it looks like we got sport peppers, we got relish, we got, sport peppers, relish, onion, mustard, tomato, and we've got a giant ass pickle, because why wouldn't we have a giant ass pickle? So, it looks like this. Ha 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 ha. Let's give it a go. Let's try out some wieners. Not bad. Not quite as good as I was hoping, but there's nothing I'm mad at about with it. I'm just a little bit underwhelmed. I think a lot of that just has to do with the fact that, again, the last thing I reviewed was a couple of hot dogs from Gene and Jude's. And, I mean, Gene and Jude's they're pretty much top tier hot dogs. These are good, though. Get in there a little bit more. Try to get a little bit of everything. And everything tastes fresh. I'm not, and to be fair, they asked me for everything. I went with everything. Those who watch the channel know I'm not a big pickle guy. I don't think it needs a pickle. I'm just tossing it out there. I know that, like, for a Chicago-style dog, pickle tends to be part of the equation. It's fine if you're into it. For me, I just think it does too much. And I feel like relish is already doing a similar job. I don't think the pickle really needs to be there. But it does add in its own flavor profile. I personally feel like it overwhelms too much. I think that's kind of another thing. I don't mean to keep, tagging Gene and Jude's in this, but just because, again, I had it so recently. With Gene and Jude's, I mentioned that part of the reason why I like theirs so much is because, like, you have all these flavors going on, but they manage to become this, like, one homogeneous flavor when you're eating it. With this, that's not really the case. The pickle really stands out from everything, and then everything else is kind of doing what it can to sort of catch up. Also, I feel like the onions, they're using raw onions, and again, G and Jude's raw. Again, I'm sorry, but, I feel like with these, they're a little bit more striking. Again, like, I guess that depends. If you're into raw onions, then, that's going to be a benefit. But for me, as somebody who I'm not a huge onion person, it's, yeah, I don't know. Like, and again, I have to emphasize, like, everything tastes fresh. There's nothing I'm disliking about it. It's just, I'm going to shed the pickle just because I want a more honest, like, on the hot dog aspect of things. And the pickle is just getting in the way as far as I'm concerned. That definitely works better without the pickle, in my opinion. A hot dog itself tastes okay. It's definitely a good hot dog. I wouldn't say it's like a huge standout. Even without the pickle, I feel like it doesn't quite have the oomph, but it is good. Like, yeah. Okay. Alright, well, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I mean, for me, okay, so I'm going to go with no and yes, but here's the thing. So, because it's kind of 2 ways. Would I get this hot dog as is again? No. Because, again, there's just aspects of it that don't work for me personally in terms of what I like on a hot dog. And now, mind you, that's not against them. When I do these reviews, I try to just go into it, If you're a big fan of pickles, if you're a big fan of raw onions, those are things that you can go with. So would I go over there again and get this as is? No. However, would I go back and get a hot dog from there? Yes, because the hot dog itself is tasty. I think that, again, 2 hot dogs plus fries and a drink, plus they use Barg's root beer, which definitely gives them some extra points in my opinion. That's a good fucking deal. And, like, it is a good hot dog. It's just the way things are proportioned a little bit, and certain things don't mesh personally with my flavor profile, what I like. But in terms of just being a solid Chicago dog, like, it works to that effect. And apparently my thing is almost up its terms. All right, well, if I would recommend it, yes, I would still recommend it. I think it's a good spot. It seems like they have a really nice setup for what they're doing. They seem to have a really good menu of stuff. I think there's a lot there to like about them. It's just, again, like, pick and choose your ingredients and stuff like that. Find what works for you. All that said, because, again, my video is almost up on this.